I am back from my hiatus. Well, guys, it's been a while. I'm back. I'm ready to go back into this fucking drama course again. But here we are, and it's about Gideon. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I personally do like Gideon. I think he does a lot of good, and that, for the most part, that's the main thing I do like about him. He does a lot of good. But here we go when it comes to him in this situation, where it involved him basically sending in his adult fans.
Be very careful. Just wear this as a backpack. You didn't trespass him, so shut the up! Bro, you haven't been trespassed.
We're good. What am I?
Just walk inside.
Just to get on my video?
Yeah.
Okay, alright.
But make sure y'all stick together.
Isn't that backpack like 30 grand?
Yeah. They have not. Yeah, hold up. Wait. Actually, come back.
By the way, I know you guys think he sent in minors. No, they were adults. They were above 18. Is it still a good thing he did that? No. You shouldn't send your fans in there to McDonald's with a dangerous person. Yeah, they're still younger. They still may be adults in the eyes of the law, but they still are technically kind of kids. They are 18, but they are still younger. I still think Gideon doing that was a terrible idea because they warned him on the speakers multiple times that if you go in, you will be arrested. And he reacted in the ways like in this clip. Hey, it's just a bad look. It's just a really bad look. And I mean, like, Gideon could handle this in so many better different ways, but he continued to keep poking the bear until it eventually led to him getting arrested. Now, I'm gonna be honest. In this situation, him harassing a fucking person that's just in their house who is just like not doing anything to like pay for rent, this, that. Like, I get it. Squatters fucking suck. They really do. But when the squatter left, Joe, when he left the house to a McDonald's, I feel like it should have just ended there. Obviously, they really should have just stopped there because then you're not really in the main objective here. The main objective was to get him out of the house. Now, yes, I get like you want to like get some clips and views and other shit from this, and you see the number going up in the stream the more that it escalates, and it's just like, man, come on. I get it. You really want to see a hype moment for the stream and just like make it escalate, but this is not the way you want to do it, especially not when police are involved, when it could very well escalate to an even worse position for you and other people around you as you are a bigger figure. And I feel like he should realize that, but he didn't, and it got really bad, really fucking bad. And this is where I was like, Gideon, he has an ego. He really does have an ego. I love Gideon, but he has an ego for sure, as we got the generational clip of him saying,
A multi-millionaire. I promise you, I can take this as far as you want.
such an aura loss moment right there when he said that, but it's a moment of his true self. And you know what? I get it. That right there, that alone just tells us his character and how he is and how much ego he has. Yes, it's true, he is a multimillionaire. It doesn't take a fucking person who just like is intellectual to know that he is a fucking multimillionaire. Yes, he makes a lot of money. Look how much subscriber he has. Not to mention he has other fucking factors into him gaining money and fucking Patreon and his own website. But it's just a fact that he went on this whole tangent when it should have just ended a long time ago. And I've seen the stream. I've seen the whole stream, to be in fact, and I feel like after Gideon got out of jail, he should have just ended it there. But no, he decided to get a whole ass fucking revolution going on at the police station, talking about Joe, y'all protecting Joe, this, that. Fuck the police station. It's just like, you're making it worse. I get it. They arrested you because they violated your rights. In some way, I could see that because the police, at the end of the day, I felt like they were fed up with you. Gideon, they were absolutely fed up with you. I can understand that. But I could see why they were fed up with you. You were being rude. You're being an asshole. You kept pushing things when they gave you multiple warnings why you should leave. And then you continue to be there. And, you know, that's really on your fault. But also, these police did just incite some random laws. Well, not even random. I could see where they could bring up these laws in, but it's like random for them to just straight up do that and say that. And by the way, Gideon may have been on the sidewalk and starts like saying this, but him getting arrested for not being on the property, by the way, and apparently being disorderly is something that they would randomly just think up right there. That is like a very, very niche thing to just get someone on. But that's because they really want Gideon gone. They really want to arrest that guy. And that's where I feel like the police were kind of stretching when it came to that point. They were only doing their jobs at the end of the day, but it's still not good for either side. Mostly Gideon's side. I feel like he had so many ways out and he continued. It's just not good, man. Gideon, I feel like, if anything, he really does need to take a step back from, like, streaming, which I'm pretty sure he is. If any moment, he's gonna make a video about that. Maybe by the time this recording comes out, he would already make a video about that. But, like, he needs to step back. His ego is getting too much. For the most part, back then, I already knew Gideon had ego. And every single one of his pred catches, maybe not every single one, but majority, he had a lot of ego to the police. And that's because he does want to get the predators caught, but he also doesn't want to get stomped on by law enforcement if he doesn't just like stand his ground and say that he's like a big figure in social media and this, that. So that's why he does that. But the difference is he does that later on when he's outside of that situation with the cops. So it's better. And he doesn't have to get fucking arrested. But he really didn't know how to stop this situation. And it led to his fans getting arrested, him, and it's just not good. By the way, they also tried to arrest Skeeter Jean, but he barely even did anything. He didn't. Yes, he was harassing his uncle, but he's a squatter and he's in his house, and he wasn't even near that situation until he got near the. I guess they gave him a ticket for impeding traffic, but that's even worse because seeing as how when he was talking to Joe, he's like, that's the only thing we could get him on. That just doesn't sound good for the cops. Like, excuse me? What do you mean? That's the only thing? I'm like, don't get me wrong. Both sides are terrible. I think Gideon's is worse. He handled it very poorly. But the cops, they were very sketchy on whatever the fuck they were just saying there. That did not sound right to me. But aside from all this fucking drama, that's all I had to say when it came to this. And I just hope Gideon learns from this, honestly. I don't know what came over him to be thinking that this was a great idea. But yeah, that's about it. See y'all.